Welcome back, friends. It's Sean with iwashedry.com, and today we are going to be making my fresh and tasty green bean chicken stir fry. It is such a quick and easy dinner. It comes together in minutes, and I can't wait to show you. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with just 1 pound of chicken breast. We're going to cut the chicken breast against the grain. So what that means is the chicken, if you come in here, you can see has little veins that run through it, and we're gonna cut it the opposite way. So you can kind of see it has the lines in the chicken here. We're gonna cut it the opposite way, and that's gonna make it for a nice tender cut, a tender bite when you bite into it. So I'll show you, and I just wanna cut them nice and thin. You can see how you can see the fibers of the chicken breast go. That's just gonna make our stir fry nice and tender. It's gonna cook nice and quickly because they're thin strips of chicken. Just complete that for the rest of the chicken breast. And then we're gonna get this marinated in a quick and easy marinade. Okay, now we're just gonna create a simple marinade to get this nice and tenderized while we create the rest of our stir fry. You're gonna need 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of salt, and just a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Give this all a nice stir and coat it, and then set it aside while we create the sauce for our stir fry. So all you need is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of dry sherry, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, and just 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. And then just whisk that together. Perfect. I'm gonna set this aside. If you've been around here long enough, you know that I am obsessed with this Land O'Lakes butter with olive oil and sea salt because it is super quick and easy to just toss it into any recipe. I love to just scoop out a tablespoon and throw it in a skillet. All right, now we're just gonna add 12 ounces of freshly trimmed green beans, as well as half of an onion that has been sliced. And we're gonna stir fry this good stuff until it is nice and tender crisp, about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, here's an extra little tip for you. If you like your green beans a little more on the softer side, you can just take a lid and set it over here and let it steam in there for a few minutes to get them a little bit more tender. I personally like the green beans to be have a little bit more of a bite to them. So I will just leave it open, and I like it when they get a little bit of char on them. It adds so much great flavor. This right here is why they call it a stir fry, because you're just stirring and frying at the same time. Quick and easy. You can see the vegetables already starting to get a little bit of a char on them. Once your vegetables are looking to your liking, you're going to add in 1 tablespoon of minced garlic and 1 teaspoon of ginger, and then just cook that for about 30 seconds until it is nice and fragrant. And then we're gonna quickly remove the green beans and onions from the skillet to a pan and set that aside so we can cook our chicken. To our hot skillet, we are going to add another tablespoon of butter spread and just plop that in there. Then we're gonna take our chicken and add that in and get it till it's nice and browned and cook through. Woohoo! Oh man, this chicken cooks so fast because it's nice and thin and we've got it on a high heat. Look at how good that looks. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna quickly add in our green beans and onions. Back to the pan. This is such a fast dinner, you guys. Wow. And remember that sauce that we made? Give it a quick whisk. We're gonna stir that in. Get everything nice and coated. We're gonna bring it all together. so fresh, so flavorful. Wow. That smells amazing. I'm gonna kick up the heat just a little bit. That cornstarch that we use to coat the chicken is going to help create a thicker sauce. So just let it kind of bubble and simmer for just a few minutes, maybe even just 2 minutes, and you'll have a nice thick sauce. If you want it thicker, you can do a quick cornstarch and water slurry. I would just start off with like a teaspoon of each. Teaspoon of cornstarch and a teaspoon of water. But really, I don't think you need it. Look at how gorgeous this looks. Dinner. Yeah, baby. Oh, wow. That looks fantastic. So we'll serve this with some rice. I have an awesome chicken egg roll recipe that I'll link to in my blog post, so you can check that out as well. But boom, that's it, you guys. All right, guys, let's go ahead and give this a try, shall we? Looks so good. All right, I'm gonna get my chopsticks. We're gonna give this a try. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of chicken and some green bean here. That was good. Got a little bit of ginger and garlic and that little kick of that red pepper right at the end. So good, you guys. I cannot wait for you to give this a try. Head over to iwashyouDry.com to check out this recipe, and you can find more awesome stir fries just like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.